Hey everyone, Carlos Vargas here, and I'm at International Food Gourmet at 57 Oak Street in Brockton, my favorite Italian specialty store in the South Shore. And I'm with Adelina at International Food Gourmet, and today she's going to show us how to do a turducken. Adelina, could you tell us a little bit about your business?
Yeah, sure. Well, we've been in business since 1978. My dad started it. He was in the meat market and he wanted to get into retail, so he brought us up. Him and his 3 daughters came up and we started selling Italian food products, and we cut fresh meats. We have a full line of deli. We do our own prepared foods. We grate our own cheeses. We make our own breadcrumbs, and so we start from scratch, and throughout the day we just keep on creating meals and servicing the Brockton area.
And Vargas Insurance loves their catering. We use Adelina in her business for all of our catering lunches. Today, Adelina is going to show us her famous turducken. She's going to show us about how to wrap a turkey around a chicken breast, around a duck breast with some stuffing. So we're going to get going right now.
Okay, so I started with the turkey breast, the boneless turkey breast, and I removed the skin because I like the skin to be on the top and not underneath and inside. So I just butterflied it open, and I'm going to season the first layer with some salt, a little pepper, and some garlic. Okay, and then I'm going to do the bread stuffing first, and I'm going to put the duck before the chicken because turducken, and so I think that's how it's going to go. And I just do a flat layer of the bread stuffing. Try to get it, so that it's even all across. I kind of leave the edges not covered so to roll and wrap. Okay, and then once you've got that, lost my paper towel, sorry. Then I'm going to put the duck, which I'm just going to lay right on top. Also a little bit of seasoning for that.
Yeah, what are you using as a seasoning?
Salt, pepper, and garlic. The stuffings have plenty of seasoning, and there's onion and olive oil, so just want to season up the meat a little bit.
Do you have a favorite stuffing recipe, or is it something that you just kind of have seen you create on the fly?
We use our own croutons, and then I saute celery and onions. Sometimes it depends on. Sometimes I put mushrooms. This one here is a sausage. I love arugula. I love kale, so I could even be sauteing that, and that is what's in the vegetable stuffing. I have arugula in there. I have spinach. I have kale, mushrooms, and onion. So. The bread stuffing, of course, is with the croutons, but that one there is, gluten-free, so you can even make a gluten-free one with just that, if you'd like. So now that we have the duck and it's seasoned, then we'll take the vegetable stuffing, and it is a little juicy, and I'm not squeezing it out because the juices is good for the breast. Okay, once that's done, and the last layer is the chicken. Just put that on top. And again, you're going to season it just a little bit on the chicken.
Were those breasts easy to open up to butterfly, or?
Well, for me it is. Yeah, I just take a whole breast and I start at the skinniest end, and I just open it up and use the palm of my hand to feel, and then you flip over, and then you turn it around and do it on the same side. And so, if it's too thick, you could always pound it out. If you're not used to filleting, but you could always pound it out to make it as thin as you want.
But if somebody wants some fillet, they can stop in and buy them, and you can fillet them for it.
Yeah, and we even fillet the ones that are bone on. We take the bone off, so that some people like to stuff chicken breast with skin on. We can even do that for them. Okay, so now I'm just going to wrap, and what I just do is I bring in all the edges, and sometimes it's messy and sometimes not, depends on how much stuffing we're sticking in, but I just keep on rolling and get it in. And once I get all my tucks in, I'm going to tie it with some string And I call it the Silvio knot because my dad tied different than everybody else in the United States. Took me about a month, but I did get it. So you take this skin and lay it on the top. It's good for the roast. And then you'll string it back up. So you wrap it around, tie it up. Then you're going to wrap the opposite way. And then you're going to wrap it, tie it in sections. And I start in the middle. And just give it a tug so it'll
Not too tight?
I tighten it a lot because the stuffing, you know, and as it's cooking, sometimes it, you know, deteriorates some, so you don't want a lot of pockets. So I do a little bit on the tighter side. It's just to make it more so that the filling stays glued to the meats. And then you just wrap, you know, you tie up, you know, so that it's tied evenly. And this one here, I'm going to do one more towards the edge. And then do the other side. Just clean off anything you don't want hanging. And then this will go in a pan, and what I do is I flip it over, I season the bottom, a little salt, a little pepper, a little garlic, and then I flip it over and I do an olive oil rub on the top, season that, and then I roast it. It should reach to a 165 temp. So the first one I cooked this morning was in about 2 hours and 15 minutes to reach. I cook it covered until the last 40 minutes. So then you can get the nice browning on your turkey. And that's that. So now we're going to just take foil and we tent it. You don't want it to stick to the top of the roast. If you're afraid it will, Pam's Miracle Worker, you can spray the tin foil with Pam, and then it, you know, guarantees it won't stick. But just to try to just give it a pop, and then tuck in your edges, and then you just put it right in the oven. Alrighty, now we're just going to pop it in the oven and let it roast.
For 2 hours
and 15 minutes approximately.
at 350.
At 350.
But use your
thermometer because everybody's oven's different, and it's, you know, you open up, you baste, the temperature drops, you're putting it back in, it's got to rise again. So I do recommend the thermometer.
And it's got to be registered
165 for
in the
poultry.
internal temperature.
Yep. Alrighty, so the roast is done. I've been letting it rest for about half hour to 40 minutes. It reached an internal temperature of 165. And now we're just going to place it on a clean cutting board. Make sure you clean all your surfaces and disinfect, because you know you had raw poultry on your surfaces. So I'm just going to go along and cut the strings. And you just have to cut them the way you put them on, you know, the opposite way. And then you just pull them down. And then you're going to find the little side one, which is the most difficult. Let me take these off, see how that goes, and see maybe I can find it. So that's all. The 3 this way. I must have caught it because I don't see it. Oh, here we go. And then this way. So I'm going to cut it in half so you can see what it looks like, but normally you would start at one end. So I just want to cut it down the middle so that you can get the effect of what it looks like on the inside.
And this has been sitting for 35 minutes? 30,
About
40?
30 minutes, 35 minutes. And then you got your turkey, your stuffing, and the duck is on the inside. I don't know if you can see it on that one, but this one here. And then your chicken is right on the outer edge.
Oh, that looks delicious.
And there you go. Bon appetit.
Thank you. Adelina, thank you so much.
Thank you, Carlos. Enjoyed the day.
Yeah, I will. Definitely will. Thank you.